Hey guys, welcome back, and it's Claire Manning here from Thirsty Brush. So this is a completely different type of video than I normally do. If you've been here before and you subscribe already, you'll know I do lots of craft tutorials, card making, watercolouring, but today's video is really different, so stay tuned. I'll show you some work I've been doing on my kind of craft room, recording studio, that kind of thing, and show you some of my crafty storage, as I know we've been talking about that a little bit on the group as well. So I hope you enjoy this, and if you've got any good tips as well, please feel free to share them with me if you've got good storage tips, and enjoy. So guys, my craft room was in dire need of a sortout. It's the first time I've ever had a craft room to be able to do all the organising that I want and have it set up exactly as I want, to be able to make my samples for television, the website, the video tutorials I do for you on YouTube, and all the other social media content, as well as just have some crafty time and enjoy card making and papercraft for myself as well. So there's still lots of work to do in this room, but just to give you a little overview of where I am right now. So this desk I have set up with some cameras, and this is where I record the YouTube videos. So I have just a webcam, an overhead to be able to do stamping and watercolouring techniques to show you, and this is where I also make cards for the website to show you what kind of cards that you can make with the designs that I do. And also I do a blog, so if you go on the blog section of our website every week, there's lots of blog inspiration, how-tos, links to videos, and all sorts of crafty inspiration for you. And I'm now going to be doing all of that content right from this room. We also do content for our social media accounts like Facebook. We have a fantastic group called the Bruchettes. So again, all the things that I'm doing to show you and help you get the best out of your crafty designs and products, it'll all be done from this room and this space. So I really wanted to give you a kind of behind the scenes look at that. So you can see I've got quite a large 6-foot table there. I've got the camera set up with some lighting and my laptop that I use as a monitor so I can see what I'm videoing, make sure I'm in shot, but also use it to edit after. I've got a really big A1 size craft mat, so that can be a complete shot then, and a couple of other things on my table. I really need to do something with this wall. At the moment I've only got a clock on there and a little good vibes only picture, so I really need to get some shelving I think on there. On the side of the table I've got some more lighting, my trimmer and my die cutting machine, and then I spent most of the time looking at my storage of papers, stamps, dies, pens, inks, all of that lovely stuff. And I wanted that to be, some of it to be in shot and look lovely, but as well be practical for me, where I can get to everything that I need very, very quickly while I'm, say, recording tutorials or making samples with new launch designs, for example. So it's very, very budget friendly. I've used a lot of Billy bookcases from IKEA. Probably the most extravagant is this MDF paper storage. So let's have a look across these bookcases and storage and see what we've got. So on the top I've just got some pots with my pencils, scissors, some brushes, all just sat on the top ready for me to go, and some cups that I use for my water. These MDF storage that I bought from Amazon, you can decorate as well. I've got a couple of A5 ones that I use for white, black craft card, a lot of the ones that I use regularly, like say venoms, metallics, but they've also got these really cute little drawers underneath that you can use to store things like acrylic blocks, inks, that kind of thing. And I also store in these cut down foam pieces that I can use to back my card panels that I've stamped and coloured onto. I've got a little A6 version here with my zig clean colour water brush pens and a couple of ink pads that I use regularly, VersaFine, and my embossing ink pads and powders. I've got a pot with some paste that we'll come back to, but I was really happy with this pen storage of my Gossip ink pens in lovely rainbow colour. And then below I've just got some things that I don't use as often, some tools, some gilding waxes, a box of scraps, some excess paper, and my big 12 by 12 papers that can be quite bulky, but I tend to cut them down anyway to use day to day. So just go back to that little paste container there, so my glitter paste, my crackle paste, all those kind of things. I'm not sure whether I'll keep them like that exactly, but they're okay for now. In between the paper storage, I've got my Eureka small and large stamp tools, the 101 and the postcard size. And then I've got an A4 size of this paper storage as well, with all the cards that, like I mentioned. But the drawer on this one fits perfectly my dye-based Ultimu inks in all the rainbow colours that I like to use when stenciling and things like that. And then underneath, the one thing that I really spent a lot of time working on was my stamp and die storage for all of the Thirsty Brush designs. So between this pot and another one underneath, there's every single stamp and die set or stamp set on its own, and I'll show you how I've put them together. So I've used these little pockets that I got from Amazon. I've put the A5 stamp sets, and then on the back I've used a magnetic sheet to put any coordinating dies. If there's a set that doesn't have dies and it's just stamps, I've put them in the same sleeves, but then put one of our green inners from our packaging, Thirsty Brush packaging, at the back. It makes it really easy to see in the drawer, but as well gives it a nice background so you can see the stamps easily. I do need some dividers in that pot, but it's okay for now. It's still work in progress, like I say. The one underneath here, there's some extra designs, Christmas designs, and some stamps by me, and then a little pot for my stencils. Underneath here are spare pockets and those backing, so I can add to my collection as the new designs are released. And then at the bottom of this basket is got some acrylic paints and kind of mixed media products. This storage I'm really happy with from B&M. It was just £2 and it fits our brand new confetti inks, the circular metallic watercolour paints. It fits them absolutely perfectly. Nice little plant just to keep things cheery and looks good in the shot. I like this IKEA storage as well. I've got things like larger die sets in pockets that don't fit in the pots, some pens and pencils that I use for designing, and a little sketchbook at the top. Need to find a place for my scoreboard. It's just on the floor at the moment, but it's important in our craft rooms to put something a little bit cheery and nice on the wall as well. So I've got those decals and my love lights. Got a Deflecto storage on top of this drawer storage here that I just bought from Amazon. So I'll go through the drawers with you. In the top one, we've got some adhesives, some wipes that I use to clean my stamps down. The next one down, some other inks that I don't use quite as often as the ones that I've got in the paper storage, but still need to be handy for me for when I do use them. Third one down is embellishments and gems, sequins, that kind of thing. Next one is tools. I've got my heat gun, palette knives, water sprays. I've got some of my tapes and foam pads there, but I have got some more in another room. And then what I'm really happy with is these drawers fit perfectly 12 Distress Oxide inks. So the ones I've got in my room at the moment I've just split into a couple of drawers, and the next one you'll see I've got my tools in there as well. I treated myself to some nice clean sponge daubers and some stamps by me of the blending brushes. The next drawer I've got things like some masking paper and odd bits of acetate, things like that. And then some folders in the final one that I use to keep projects that are on the go. So like I say, there's plenty of work to be done here, but I'm really happy with the start. I need some wall covering for my window. I need things like dividers in my stamps and dies, but I'm getting there, and I will absolutely do an up-to-date video for you as well once I've done some more work in this room. So I really hope you enjoyed having a nosy around my craft room. We do have a room that we use for classes as well, that hopefully once we're out of lockdown we'll be able to use. But like and subscribe if you like crafty tutorials, and I will see you next time. Take care.